All right, here's the state of the game. You saw in one of the previous videos that the dragon runs at me, continues to run at me, and then starts attacking me. These things are based on the distance from the target, but now it's to the point where she won't. She just starts attacking because her range is so great. She's so big. And all right, well let's. I digress. Let's talk about her. All right, so here's the dragon mechanic. The let's see, follow target script now has a stopping distance to try to get her to stop on time, and then the attack has an attack range, and so these values are the same. I don't know if they should be the same, but they are. They should probably be communicated if they are the same. But anyway, um, I have three attack events. I'm just kind of predicting when I might want to know information. Like attack finished is probably supposed to tell, the follow script to check to see if the target's in range or not. In reality, I don't think the attack script and the follow target script should be running at the same time. They should probably stop each other, and that's one of the things that I'm thinking about today. Like what do we need? Like we might need a controller um, object to, because these are really states. Follow target is a state, and attack target is a state. So they probably shouldn't be running simultaneously. They should probably be controlling each other on their own, and not being simultaneous actions. Right now, they're simultaneous actions. And how I turn them off is with the nav mesh agent. So the net right now, the nav mesh agent is kind of my controller object. Whether that's for better or for worse, I don't know. So come on, Visual Studio, get loaded here. There we go. All right. Things are a little cluttered here in my Visual Studio land. I have a lot of open documents, and apparently I need to update it. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. All right. So I have my attack target class. Here's my zombie animator. I have a public void attack, and it's supposed to check to see if we're attacking. So if we're attacking, so triggers are booleans. All right, they're special booleans in the animator, but they are booleans. So you can check to see if a trigger is set using get bool with the name of the trigger. I have the names of these guys up here as strings. So if we do a check on get bool attacking and it's false, okay, then we want to set the trigger. I also set the idle state because if not, every time the attack animation concludes, it's going to return to the chase state. We don't want to do that. In reality, what we probably want to do is not use a trigger here. But the purpose of this video isn't to um, fix it. It's just to talk about what I might need to change. So if this is a bool, then over here on the return state, on the return states, I can, instead of using have exit time, I can use the boolean. That would actually fix the I'm out of range problem. The dragon would just stop attacking mid attack and resume whatever state, aggressive or chase, it needs to resume. And then I would be able to remove this idle check here from the attack. So that's something that probably needs to happen. Um, let's see, on the attack target script, this is it. I mean, so it's not very complicated. I'm using the agent, so I've got the nav mesh agent here. I've also got the target. The target has to be set by the search right now. Again, I don't love this the way this is set up, but the search for target is all right. So now it's sending the target to the attack target script as well as the follow target script. So they're kind of running independently, but at the same time. Um, and I didn't calculate the distance again. I think I need to. I thought maybe using agent.remaining distance is the solution, but I'm not sure it is. I might need to calculate that distance. The problem with calculation of distance is the square root function. So the square root function is the part of it that takes time. Um, Multiplying two numbers together is not a big deal. But right, so distance is a Pythagorean theorem formula, right? So we square the x component, square the y component, square the z component, take the square root of the whole thing, and that's your distance to target. And it's the square root function that takes time. So I was like, if we've already taken the square root, if we already know the distance to the target, which is the NavMesh agent remaining distance, then we don't need to do it again. All right, so we can save a computation by using this value. I don't know if that's what we need to do, but it's what I did. This transform look at the target. Okay, this works because I null check on target. All right, so there's a little guard method right here. If I don't have a target, I'm not going to try to attack. But if I do, then we come down here, and so I stop the agent. So I wanted to stop the agent from moving, so I did agent is stopped. I'm not sure if that's appropriate here, because this actually turns the agent off completely. And is disabling the function of the follow target script because agent is stopped. And then I invoke the attack started event. But that's it. Okay, that's what I do here in the update for the attack. And then the animator is triggered by the attack started event. So that starts the zombie animator attack function or attack state inside the animator. And we got states in here. I mean, technically speaking, this is a state machine as well. So it might be that we just need to work a little bit more with this part of the structure. I don't know. Anyway, otherwise, so if I'm not within range, start the agent back up again. Agent I just stopped is false. This starts the agent up again. It's weird that, and it's because this is not is playing. It's is stopped. And so it starts it back up, and then that should give control back to the follow target script. But one thing I don't know about, it's like I don't know what is stopped is doing. Is it just a Boolean, or is it doing more? No, it just says get set right there. But is it just a Boolean, or is it more than that? Is it doing something more when I do true and false? I don't know. I don't know what the compute cycles are there for this, if it's just a single thing or not. Anyway, hopefully it's just a flag. And if that's the case, this is perfectly fine. And so then my follow target script, okay. I have this pause and resume, but I stopped using it because I realized I could just use the agent from within attack target. I've got this stopping distance now, so when I set the target, I also set the stopping distance according to this serialized field up here to try to get him to stop, right? Remember, there's that extra cycle of running that the dragon does before he starts to attack. So there we go. If we get him to run over here, okay, see how he continues to run a few steps, and then he starts to attack. So why is that? Why is he running those extra steps? So these are the questions.